Hey guys, well it's Andrew here, and now that it's summer and getting close to Christmas, I thought it was time I got off my backside and posted a clip for you guys, so I thought I'd do that today. Temperatures are really starting to get warm now. It's pretty challenging for me this spring/summer. Some things went well, some things haven't. Things are almost on track now and have come good, but I'll go through that as we go for a bit of a wander. Anyway, we'll kick things off around this side with the fruit trees. Alrighty, the fruit trees, and we're being serenaded by the frogs in the background. Oh, they're stopped. Oh, that's okay. So firstly, the apple trees. They've all, I won't go through every single variety for you. I've done that in the past, but every single one has apples on it, which is good. Whether they stay and they get to a decent size or not is another thing. This one's getting strangled a bit by the passion fruit, so I've got to keep cutting that off. That was my bad, I planted it a bit close. You can see it's got a bit of a lean going where it's pulling it in. And these ones, the two that grew fruit last year and then they sort of bent right over and I just let them go, even those have got fruit. So I think this one's Golden Delicious and a Gala. I mean, I'm not expecting to get full fruit, just simply I don't give them enough water. And on that, I got a lovely letter from the Water Corporation yesterday in the mail saying, so compared to financial year 2014-2015 compared to 2015-2016, I've almost saved half of my water use. So almost 50% decrease in my water use. So my theory is that there, if the plant's not going to survive with the amount of water that I give it, and that, which is enough to keep it alive, then if it doesn't fruit, too bad for me. So anyway, we'll keep on moving on. The passion fruit along this wall is doing really good. Doesn't have any passion fruit on it at the moment. This one fruits at a different time to the one further down. I've worked that out. So, but yeah, I cut this back by a third at the start of spring, and it's really thickened up, which then stops the radiating heat on these apple trees, which was causing some issues last year. The plums are just starting to colour up. I'm not sure how I'm going to go with these this year. There's plenty of plums. I'll come around this side. I've done no fruit fly protection, unfortunately. I really wanted to do the old thing where you get the 4 star pickets and then sort of have some pipe going over and then net it, but I just never got the chance, and it's too late now. But yeah, plenty of plums. Right, next. So this one here next to the plum is the other passion fruit. This one's a Nelly Kelly. Doesn't look as healthy, but this one has fruit. So this one obviously, yeah, fruits at a different time. You can see there's some just down there. Yeah, so this one looks like they won't be too far away. They'll be ready pretty soon, so that's good. No guavas to speak of. Haven't seen any flowers. Not sure what's going on there. The tree doesn't look too bad. It's a little bit spindly and a few dead branches on it that I need to cut off. But yeah, apart from that, it's okay, I suppose. Sweet potato, I did do a bit of digging around here last night and nicked a few sweet potato out there. I'm hoping the plant didn't notice. But yeah, there's some good sized sweet potato floating around in there. They're only just starting to come good now with the new growth for the warmer weather. Really, our warmer weather's only just starting to come along now, so everything's running really far behind, especially down in here in the shade house, which I'll show you shortly. The pears, no pears to speak of, but the plants are looking healthy. This plum at the back has plums on it last year. This is the first year actually it's had plums. I think this was a Mariposa from memory, so yeah, happy about that. The old girls are doing okay, but we did lose one. So we had 4 and we are now down to the 3. So unfortunately, I think it's just old age. They're getting on a bit. I will redesign this whole chicken coop area when when they do pass away. But yeah, they're still giving us eggs. Tropical fruit section. So bananas and pineapples, they really struggled through winter and spring, so they're just starting to come good now. They're putting on some nice big green leaves. No fruit spikes to speak of. The pineapples, some are doing good, some not doing so good, like this one here. This one's got a small pineapple on it on the back here. There are a few different varieties in here, so some obviously do better than others, and these really struggled through the winter. So you can see this one's slightly different. It's more flat sort of looking than this one, and this one here has never done well. So this one will be coming out. I think it's done its dash. Anyway, we'll head on in to the shade area. So firstly, just out the front of here, I'll show you this rogue tomato plant's doing really well. It's covering all over the chicken coop, and it looks like we're going to have blackberries as well for Christmas, which is really awesome. Ooh, this one looks almost ready, so excuse me guys, I'll be eating this now. Oh, a little bit tart, picked that one a tiny bit early, but yeah, there's plenty there. Same can't be said for the raspberries. They had a shocking year this year. I think they're just getting too big for the pot. Like, it's completely chockers, like. And if I miss watering this for just 2 days, it goes all limp like this here. So, not sure what to do there, but yeah, the plants are healthy enough. They just seem to be stuck in the pot. So this is the other side of the raspberries and the rogue tomato. So the rogue tomato, where it's coming from, is these are the pots. There's one here, this is paving, and this is where it's growing from, just alongside this pot, and it's giving us some really nice tomatoes. So yes, Chucky, I can see you're eyeing off these tomatoes, but yeah, they're doing really good. There's some more blackberries around here. Ooh yeah. Oh, look at the size of that one. I don't know if you can see that. It's in a bit of bad light, but there's some nice ones that I didn't spot before there. The corn under the shade's doing really well. This one, I think there was one up here. This one's just starting to produce the flower, and then also, which means down here, that's where the corn's going to come from. So yeah, they're not looking too bad under here, and then in between that is the cucumbers. Plenty of flowers on the cucumbers, but not many cucumbers yet. There's one, hopefully, that'll form just there. So yeah, this side's doing really well. And these carrot seeds I've harvested quite a few, but I need to harvest a few more. So this bed was the second planting of tomatoes and rocket. I really need to hack this rocket back. It's just starting to take over, and it's just slowly creeping further and further, and will take over the whole bed. These tomatoes, some are looking a bit spindly, like this one here, but they've got flowers on them, which is good. But then some are looking really healthy, like this one. The stalk's nice and thick. So yeah, I think it might just be the different varieties. There's some nice tomatoes starting to come along on these. There's a couple of ripe ones there. And the asparagus here I've let go now. Yeah, that's all done and dusted, so I'll just let that grow through the summer now. So it's got some nutrients to take back down the bottom. And the blueberries, they're just about finished too. All the real large ones are done for. It's just these little ones that are left now. But I'll keep eating those. Bit difficult to see with the light, but all the herbs along the herb wall are doing really well. They're holding up ultra good. Very impressed with all the herbs this year. And this is the new one. The Thai basil's a bit slow to get going, but still alive and healthy. The silver beet's fallen over. This is the one I'm saving the seeds from. And this one here is the Russian kale that I've left. I did leave it like a sacrificial one for the cabbage moths, and they absolutely decimated it. But the cabbage moths are just about finished now, and they're starting to leave it alone. So we'll see what happens. So this side I had heaps of issues with the weather and things. Pretty much I put the shade up. This shade went up 5 weeks later than last year, and to tell you the truth, it could have done with going up even 5 weeks later than that. The tomatoes and that, which I'll show you when I get there, are just starting to come good now. I put the shade up, planted the tomatoes, or the other way around, and as you can notice, probably even just from here, there's no tomatoes on it. So it was just too cold, and they just didn't produce anything. And the bugs and the cabbage moths, and yeah, it just wasn't a good start. I don't like spraying. I tend to just plant around the right times when the bugs are at their least. But you can see they were smashed, absolutely. And the flower stalks that did come out, the flowers were breaking off at the like at the elbow. So very disappointing, but they are coming good now. Like I can show you up here, there's plenty of flowers here and here. But you can see what I'm talking about. See the elbow? This part here, that's where the flowers were all just breaking off from there. So not expecting a great tomato crop this year, but hopefully we get some. This one's looking really good. Fingers crossed. This was the golden beetroot I was saving seed from. Looks like it's almost ready, so I'll be keeping these for next year. And the zucchinis, they're starting to fruit. I'll see if I can find one for you. There we go. There's a good one in there. So we've only harvested a couple so far, but yeah, they're definitely starting to really produce quite heavy now. So that's looking really good. The capsicum, they're weeks and weeks behind. They're just getting their flowers now. This one I've just watered this morning. This one's fallen over under the weight, so I'll need to just stake that one back up. But yeah, they're all only just getting flowers now, so at least a month behind for me. Eggplant, these were getting smashed by the bugs as well. If you look at the lower leaves, you can see absolutely smashed with holes. But now that the cabbage moths are pretty much finished, you can see this plant here hasn't been sprayed or anything, but the new growth untouched. So yeah, if you plant at the right time, you don't have to use pesticides and sprays, but it's all about the timing. Almost forgot about the grapevines. I do forget them most times. Maybe that's because they didn't have any fruit last year. But they're not looking too bad. We're going to get some fruit. There's some there. There's a few small bunches up in here and there. And I really like the idea of these bunches up in here, because you can't see, but this is the kids' decking of the cubby house, so they'll be able to go up there and pinch some grapes while they sit up there and play. I really like the idea of that. And the other one, sorry, won't make you too dizzy. This is the red grapes. That was the green seedless. We've got a few on here too. Not a huge amount, but yeah, there are bunches through here. Oh, there's a couple there. But this is mainly for shade for these herbs that need protection. That was the main aim of planting this this grape vine here. Well, before I go, I forgot to show you a couple of harvests that I've done. This area here, I pulled out all the onions today, so not the greatest of effort. The purple onions really didn't work too well. Brown onions a lot better. There's some decent sized ones in there, and then the smaller ones like this will probably be used for like pickled onions. And then also the garlic harvest was done about a month ago. They've been sitting around in the shed, in the garage, hung up drying, and my daughter Libby, she platted them. Yeah, I think that the garlic's done really well this year. Anyway guys, as you can see, a bit of a mixed bag this year, a few struggles. Appears everything's coming good, but definitely some challenges. And that's the end of another year, I guess. So lastly, from my family to yours, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hopefully you're all safe and well, and yeah, hopefully all your gardens are booming. Thank you very much, and see you next year.